Hey, good afternoon everyone, Trackman 44 here. We had a little bit of an addition to the family. So take a look and you're going to see what we're going to move into the location up here where I level it out for the Frontier Mill. Now we've got to figure out exactly how to place this in here. Looks like it's going to be a little tight, but that's okay. There's a reason for that, and it's not really going to be much of a problem, or we're going to work with it as it is, at least temporarily, because that is not the permanent location for that old machine. Okay, well I got it in position, fairly well, and it's going to work out just the way I figured on the trees up there. Now this is entirely temporary. I just have it mounted on those blocks for support for the night. But what I needed to do is I needed to get it into place to see how much more fill dirt I was going to have to haul in. And you can see, obviously, I need a large walking area on this side here. So I need to build that up at least another 4 feet out with somewhat of a gradual slope down to this area here. And also got to put some fill in here on top of these rocks and stuff. So it's actually looking pretty doggone good where it's at. But once again, it's entirely temporary, and this is temporary to the temporary, because I'm not going to run it like this until I get it firmly planted. You don't want it 6 feet. Well guys, I got it leveled up, and like I said, this is just a temporary location, but it's going to allow me the opportunity to figure out this silly thing and figure out how to make it work, to my benefit. A lot of things on here that I didn't have on the Frontier. Actually, the Frontier is still sitting over there where it originally was. It's supposed to move over here, but plans change, you know what I mean? But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and just run through a couple of basics, try to figure out the set works that are on this machine. And of course, it's got the automatic log turner, the log loader, and got all the backstops and everything all on one lever, and a few other things that's actually pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and fire this thing up, and we'll go ahead and see what we can do. Don't expect a whole lot of results for the day. One of the tips that I did see is they suggested that you don't start off with your biggest log or your best log you've been saving to get some good material out of, because you're definitely going to have a learning curve on it. Guarantee you that.
In a moment of extreme weakness and temporary insanity, I agreed to let him at least look for a sawmill that did pretty much everything except make coffee. He came up with this, as you can see, this TimberKing 1620 with the what size engine? 30?
33.
33. And it does pretty much everything that anyone could want it to do. I'm talking louder. And he's assured me that he will not need anything bigger than this. Right. So he's practicing on this smaller log, but you're going to see all the things that this can do that the other one could not. Magic arms. It lifts the log up for him. Come on, log. You can do it. Come on, arms. Maybe you went up too slow. Give it a shove. Well. Where's the little man that runs out and pushes it on there for you? Maybe he needs a bigger log. Oh. There is a little thing that comes up and pushes it over. Lines it up. This is a really nasty looking log. This is practice. Okay, he lowers those so he doesn't hit anything. He's going to have to lower that arm. Okay. There we go. There are so many levers and things back there. And I no longer have a job. I just sit here and criticize. I mean, offer helpful commentary. He's like a kid at Christmas who gets a sled for Christmas and can't use it because there's no snow. So he's been dying to use this sawmill.
That's not hydraulic.
Oh, that one's not hydraulic, so he has to pick it up. I don't know what it does. The stems are being orange. Oh. Oh, you can move that in too. Well, look at that. He let me play with those levers. They are super sensitive. Once you get it set, then you can program it for, you know, like 1 inch or 1.5 inches or 2 inches or whatever you want your slabs to be. But you got to get it set just right first. I do not know what kind of wood this is. Maybe I will after they take off the slab. I hope he's checked it for nails. Okay, whatever. He's happy with this. I don't know if he's going to take that thing off the top first, the slab off the top. What kind of wood is this?
Oh, this is oak.
Is this oak? Okay.
Yeah, it's just chunk old nasty oak.
I know it's definitely nasty looking.
A lot of sapwood's rotten, but there'll be some good stuff in it. So once again, you know you're going to make some mistakes.
Oh, I know. It's fine.
And I forgot to turn the water on. You see all that does?
I did. Oh, okay. So now you're going to turn the water on.
I've already forgotten so many things that I learned when they
Right.
did the training, you know.
Right, when you presented it.
And this guy is a little short. You saw it kind of kick over a little bit.
I did.
Yeah. I forgot what.
I'm surprised you didn't square it up all the way around. Or that's what you're getting ready to do.
That's what I'm getting ready to do.
Okay. All right, he's getting ready to roll this log so that he'll have the flat side against the backstop. Easy peasy, right? We'll see. Not too bad. A lot of levers. Okay. Now he'll lower those orange arm things. There you go. Lower those down. That looks better. Looks like he took off most of it there. I don't know what he's tightening down there. I'll have to find out. A lot of stuff. No, I'll take another slice. Okay.
Now, if you guys noticed on those couple of passes, my very first passes, the blade was wanting to dip and dive. Okay, I'm going to show you the mistake that the gentleman at TimberKing told me I would make, and I didn't believe him. But sure enough, I went ahead and started sawing without applying attention to the blade. Now if you look, this guy here is fitted with a gauge, and at rest it's supposed to be 500 psi, you know, like for just when you shut down for the evening or you're traveling somewhere or whatever, you maintain 500 pounds on your pressure gauge. This thing is supposed to run at 1200 psi. So I've got to turn this crank clockwise until I get to 1200 psi. So that should eliminate my dipping and diving. Well guys, like I said, this was just an exercise, you know, with just no nasty log, just to kind of get the feel for the machine. And I can tell you, it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. It's not nearly as sophisticated as the top of the line TimberKing, but it's got enough stuff on it where you got to really think about what you're doing. And I'm so unused to having anything this nice. You know, that Frontier was absolutely great. And I'm not really going to talk a whole lot about, you know, the goods and the bads about this mill until I get a little bit of time under my belt. But I'm just tickled to death with it so far. Even though I did make quite a number of mistakes, it just does take a little bit of learning. But at any rate, once I got everything squared up, when the missus went in the house, I should have been paying more attention. But typically, you know, I don't pay attention to the doggone camera because my main concern is to get done with what it is that I'm doing, and I don't go check the camera until it's too late usually. And sure enough, she probably wasn't gone 10 minutes because I barely got this thing squared up, and the camera died. The battery is dead again. But once I got it squared up, to make a long story short, this thing is the berries, man. I tell you, literally these boards here took about 35-40 seconds a piece because I left them all on the cant and just sliced all 7 of them and then walked over and checked the camera. But I'm just tickled to death. So once I get to knowing more about it, we're going to talk some about the mill. But so far, man, I am tickled to death. So if that's the end of this one here, I'm just going to call it. It'll be the end, because by the time I edit out all the mistakes and everything, you know, of course I'm going to show you some of the mistakes, because man, I feel like such a dummy, you know, but there's so much more to watch on something like this than there is on that old Frontier. But at any rate, it doesn't matter. That's all there is to this one here, and this is Tracker Man 44, and I'm out of here, guys.